India in Numbers, an in-depth look at the social, economic, healthcare, and education sectors in India. Disclaimer: this presentation is provided for educational and informational purposes only. The data is gathered from various external sources. Their inclusion does not constitute an endorsement of the original authors, their viewpoints, or their methodologies. The content should not be construed as a criticism, negative evaluation, or a disparagement of the government, any of its departments, ministries and agencies, or officials or residents of a state. The contents of this deck are based on data released by official agencies, such as the Reserve Bank of India, World Bank, IMF, United Nations, Government of India, including Niti Aayog, FHW, Government of Indian States. Each slide will show the data source. There is a vast amount of data available on the internet, from government, NGOs, private organizations, etc. This presentation looks at a small subset of this data. It is meant to provide an overview, not a comprehensive analysis of the data. The RBI Statistics Handbook provides data for all the states and union territories. For reasons of clarity and space, most of the charts in this presentation show the top 10 states and the bottom 10 states. In some charts, the data for India as a whole and other countries are shown as a comparative metric. Every effort has been made to ensure the accuracy of the data presented. Any inadvertent errors or omissions are unintentional and will be corrected upon receipt of verified data from official sources. The audio has been generated using Google Text-to-Speech, TTS. The automated synthesis may result in occasional mispronunciations of specific regional names, technical terms, or Indian states. Your understanding is appreciated.
The social development of a nation is determined by evaluating multiple metrics. In this study, we look at population growth, total fertility rate, gender ratio, literacy rate, gross enrollment ratio, GER, multidimensional poverty index, schools per 1 lakh population, schools with computer facility school completion and college enrollment. We conclude with some suggestions that could improve these metrics.
The population growth rate has decreased in the 5-year period 2020 to 2025 compared to 2015 to 2020. The population since 2011 is estimated since the 2021 census has not been conducted. Among the larger states, Bihar, UP, Rajasthan, and MP showed the largest population growth. Among the larger states, Kerala, TN, and AP showed the lowest population growth. The TFR represents the average number of children a woman would have in her lifetime if she were to experience the current age-specific fertility rates throughout her reproductive years, usually defined as ages 15 to 49. A rate below 2.1, called the replacement rate, means the population is declining. Bihar, UP, and Jharkhand had a TFR above 2.1, which means the population is increasing. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana had a TFR of 1.6. Kerala had a TFR of 1.7, which means the population is decreasing. Since the 2021 census has not been held, this data is an estimate. Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Puducherry had the highest gender ratio, above 1048. Among the larger states, Haryana, Punjab, J&K, UP, and Bihar had a gender ratio below 925. The larger states with the highest population growth rate, Bihar, UP, Rajasthan, and MP, had a gender ratio below 940, implying that women have more children than those in the southern states. Data from 2016 is projected. Rural areas have a better sex ratio than urban areas. In 2026, the estimated ratio is 958 for rural, 926 for urban, which has decreased from 930 in 2016, and 952 overall. According to the Government of India, a person is considered to be literate if he/she can both read and write with understanding in any language. In all the states and UT, men had a higher literacy rate than women. Kerala, Lakshadweep, and Mizoram had the highest literacy rate, above 90%. Bihar, Arunachal Pradesh, and Andhra Pradesh had the lowest literacy rate. The national average is 86.1 and 73.5 for men and women. Gross Enrollment Ratio, GER, expresses as a percentage the total number of students enrolled in a specific level of education, regardless of their age, as a percentage of the official school-age population for that level. GER can be greater than 100% due to late starters, older than they should be for their class, repeaters, or early starters, younger than they should be for their class. In general, GER will be lesser at higher education levels because children drop out of school, or they don't go to college after school, or they stop their education after their first college degree. States that have the same or almost same GER through different levels have managed to keep students in school due to a variety of measures, such as free school education, breakfast and midday meals, free school uniform, free books, etc. In most states, the GER has come down from the primary, class 1 to 5, to the upper primary, class 6 to 8, to secondary, 9 to 10, to higher secondary, class 11 and 12. In UP, the reduction is from 104.2% for primary to 52.4% for higher secondary. Bihar's GER for class 11 and 12 is below 50%. In Kerala, the GER stays above 94% from class 1 to class 12. At the secondary school level, class 9 and 10, Himachal Pradesh had the highest GER. UP and Bihar had the lowest enrollment. At the higher secondary level, Lakshadweep and Kerala had the highest GER. Bihar and Jharkhand had the lowest. In India, the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act, 2009, states every child aged 6 to 14 has a fundamental right to free and compulsory education in a neighborhood school. In most states and union territories, this has been extended up to class 12. The school midday meal scheme, called Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman, PM Poshan, provided midday meals to all schoolchildren in government schools. This is the largest such scheme in the world. Some states, like Tamil Nadu, have also started providing breakfast to school-going children. The midday meal was introduced by the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Kamaraj in 1956 and expanded in 1982 by Chief Minister M.G. Ramachandran. In 2002, the Supreme Court of India ruled that a cooked midday meal must be provided in all government and government-aided schools. Government data shows that there has been an increase in school enrollment due to the midday meal scheme, especially from economically weaker sections of society, girls and those from SC and ST communities. Multidimensional Poverty Index, or MPI, is calculated by looking at 3 indicators: health, education, standard of living. Each indicator has equal weight, 1/3 for each. The health indicator is calculated based on nutrition and child and adolescent mortality. Nutrition: is anyone in the household undernourished? 1/6 weight. Mortality: has anyone under the age of 18 died in the 5 years before the survey? 1/6 weight. Education: does everyone in the household above the age of 10 have 6 years of schooling? 1/6 weight. Is a school-going age child not attending school? Up to class 8? 1/6 weight. Standard of living: access to cooking fuel, sanitation, drinking water, electricity, housing, assets, and a bank account. 1/12 weight for each metric.
2 parameters are used to calculate MPI: the head count ratio and the intensity of poverty. Head count ratio, H. The head count ratio gives the percentage of the population that is multidimensionally poor. It is the proportion of the population that is deprived in at least 1/3 of the weighted indicators, such as nutrition, schooling, sanitation, etc. Intensity of poverty. A. The intensity represents the depth of poverty. Among those who are poor, what is the average percentage of deprivations they experience? If the intensity is 0.3, it means 30% of the poor are deprived of the indicators such as housing, health, etc. The MPI is the product of the headcount ratio and the intensity of poverty. The MPI ranges from 0, no one is poor, to 1, everyone is deprived of all the indicators. The MPI shows how many people are poor and how poor they are. The MPI can be decreased by reducing the number of poor people or increasing the availability of necessities such as healthcare, education, drinking water, sanitation, etc. A household with a MPI greater than 1/3 is multidimensionally poor.
Bihar, Jharkhand, Meghalaya, Uttar Pradesh, Assam, and Madhya Pradesh had the highest multidimensional poverty index. Puducherry, Lakshadweep, Goa, and Kerala had a multidimensional poverty index of 0. Bihar, Jharkhand, Meghalaya, Uttar Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh had the highest MPI in India. In Bihar, 33.76% of the population were multidimensionally poor. 47.4% of the people are deprived of the indicators used to measure the MPI. Goa, Kerala, and Puducherry had an MPI of 0, the lowest. Among states, Kerala, Goa, and Tamil Nadu had the lowest headcount ratio. The data is from the National Family and Health 2019-21 survey. The multidimensional poverty in India declined from 24.85% in 2015-16 to 14.96% in 2019-21. Poverty in rural areas saw the fastest decline, from 32.59% to 19.28%, while urban poverty dropped from 8.65% to 5.27%. It is estimated that the multidimensional poverty likely fell to 11.28% in 2022-23. India's MPI is estimated to be about 0.069, and it has a headcount of 15% of the population, about 22 crores. Meghalaya, Mizoram, Ladakh had the highest number of schools per capita. Chandigarh, Delhi, Puducherry, and Kerala had the fewest number of schools per capita. Delhi, Chandigarh, Kerala, and Puducherry had the highest percentage of schools with computer facility. Meghalaya, Bihar, West Bengal, and Manipur had the lowest percentage of schools with computer facility. The charts on the previous slide is based on the total number of schools: government, government-aided, and private. Meghalaya, Mizoram, and Ladakh had the highest number of schools per lakh people. Mizoram had the second highest literacy rate in India. Chandauga and Delhi had the fewest number of schools per 1 lakh population. However, they are among the top 7 states or union territories in terms of literacy rate. Kerala had the 5th fewest number of schools per capita, but had the highest literacy rate. The number of schools per capita does not have a direct correlation to the literacy rate. Other factors determine the literacy rate. This includes, but not limited to, access, infrastructure, teacher-student ratio, and economic factors. Chandigarh, Kerala, and Goa had the highest high school completion rate. Chandigarh, Puducherry, and Tamil Nadu had the highest college enrollment. Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Assam, and Madhya Pradesh had the lowest high school completion and college enrollment. The national average for college GER is 28.4%. The top performers were Tamil Nadu, 46% among states, and Chandigarh, 65% among union territories. The lowest GER was in Bihar, 17%. There is a correlation between educational achievement and quality of life. States like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, and Madhya Pradesh that have low school completion rate and enrollment in college have higher population growth rate, lower literacy, higher infant mortality rate, and higher maternal mortality rates. These states also have higher multidimensional poverty index, or MPI. This results in migration to other states, such as the southern states, Maharashtra and Punjab, in search of employment, depriving their home states of manpower. Southern states that have higher educational achievement have a population growth rate at or below the replacement level, lower MPI, and lower deaths due to infant mortality, maternal mortality, and communicable diseases. While the National Education Plan 2020 recommends that India spend 6% of its GNP on education, India spends about 3% of its GNP on education, most of it by the states. A large portion of India's expenditure is on physical infrastructure, such as roads, bridges, railway, etc., leaving little for education.
While some states like Bihar, Assam, and Chhattisgarh spend a larger portion of their budget on education, their base is lower. They have a high school dropout rate and lower enrollment in colleges. The focus of the states must be to increase the school completion rate, enrollment in colleges, teacher training, and access to computing facility. This requires an even higher allocation of their budget to education. Southern states like Tamil Nadu and Karnataka allocate a smaller portion of their budget, but their base is larger, and they have a more efficient, established school system that requires lesser capital expenditure. These states have a higher school completion rate and higher enrollment in colleges, and a better quality of life.